Tremont Waters' instincts are absolutely elite.
And he's the sophomore from Connecticut, and perfectly illustrated by his 19 points, 7 assists last time out against Alabama. How about the weapons he has to pass to this season for LSU?
LSU will go as far as Tremont Waters can take him. He's starting to play with the consistency now. Will Wade actually benched the preseason first-team player for a couple of games, and he has responded terrifically.
An 11-3 start for LSU. It's the best in 4 years for the Tigers. They're trying to pick up a road win, which is difficult to do here in Fayetteville. Tigers, of course, in the purple. Arkansas in the white. Skylar Mays in the corner, probing into the paint. And back up to Tremont Waters. You just called him the captain of this offense. He finds Naz Reid. He sends it in. And we got a technical foul just a few seconds into the game. I think Reid may have picked up the basketball and, well, hurled it a little too ferociously.
My goodness, LSU will use ball screens all day with this great point guard, and what a find and an athlete, Naz Reid. That's over Daniel Gafford, one of the best shot blockers in the country. But if you're going to throw it down on him, just give the ball back. That toss is unnecessary and a good call by the referee who's explaining it to Will Wade. It wasn't about what Naz Reid said, it's about what he did.
And so there's Will Wade, the second-year head coach at LSU. He's getting that explanation. And by the way, our officiating crew, Will Howard, Brian Shea, Terry Oglesby. And so you have Mason Jones, his best free throw shooter for Arkansas, on the other side of the floor.
And if you're Will Wade, you're frustrated because you get exactly what you want on the opening possession. And this is an Arkansas team that has been struggling to score, which doesn't sound right for Mike Anderson's team, but as young as they are, they don't have the chemistry yet offensively. So to give them 2 free points is not how you want to start the game.
Yeah, Arkansas scored just 51 points earlier this week against Florida. Good sleight of hand there from Skylar Mays.
Isaiah Joe's looking to swing that ball right away, but I think they can be more patient. Gafford was establishing post position. Give it another second so he can have his target hand up and feed the post.
So how crucial is it today for Arkansas to feed number 10 in white?
Well, I think he's going to have a lot of one-on-one opportunities. Bigby Williams is the big kid that held his own against Dante Hall and then some. And so I don't think he'll see many double teams. Gafford's just going to have to go to work one-on-one.
Gafford top 5 in the league in points and rebounds per game. Tremont Waters is the starting point guard of that starting 5 for LSU. Well, rarely of late as he commit turnovers like that. So the ball back to Arkansas.
As Andy Kennedy has said, and I think accurately, he's a high-risk, high-reward point guard, but sometimes he takes too many chances. That time, just a little bit careless with the ball.
He does that better than most of the country. Swipes it away and goes coast to coast.
We called him a pest in the open. This guy could end this game with 5+ steals. I mean, he is that good, and his instincts are through the roof.
He's 4th in the nation. And steals a night.
They've got numbers here. Arkansas, Bailey's trailing the play. Should get a good look here.
Mays head fake, the rise. And that's an offensive foul. Isaiah Joe stepped in to take the charge.
Tremont Waters, you got to know where he is at all time. You cannot guard the ball enough when he's around. You got to get that arm bar up. The little man taking it all the way to the rack, and then on the other end, Isaiah Joe, the freshman, stepping in. He now has a team-high 11 charges. Not just a shooter, but that is a big stat for a freshman to show his commitment on the defensive end.
The freshman sacrificing the body. Jalen Harris, his head coach Mike Anderson wants him to make a few more of those shots. Ball is still free. And we have a jump ball. Adrio Bailey, Trey Waters wind up on the floor. And this is going to go back to the Hogs.
We saw Harris miss that jumper. He has really struggled from deep. I mean, right around 12% from the three-point line. If he can make a couple outside shots, that'll prevent Waters from playing that rover position. That's where Waters is going to be able to get a lot of his steals, is when he doesn't have to respect the outside shot from Harris.
You asked for Arkansas to go to Daniel Gafford. He catches deep in the paint, and he has one at the line.
If I'm Daniel Gafford and you don't double team me, You are disrespecting me. You better bring a double team or I'm going to beat you all day long. Gafford taking it personal, playing physical. And that's not about being taller than the other guy. That's about being more physical. And in that last game against Florida, yes, his teammates could have got him the ball more times, but he's got to work for position harder too. So it goes both ways.
Gafford is the all-SEC first-team selection. And many think that the El Dorado, Arkansas native his name's going to be called in the first round this June.
And no question, he decided to come back and improve his game. And, you know, he's still raw as well. I mean, as good and talented as he has not been playing basketball for very long. So when you look at him as being one of the veterans on this team, and he's only in year 2, that shows just how young this Razorback team is.
They are very young. Plenty of freshmen and sophomore on the roster. Waters for 3, his first connect.
Unbelievable. 5'10" over a 6'11" guy, but Arkansas is going to switch. They switch 1 through 5, so you'll see Gafford guarding the little man Waters.
A touchdown pass to Reed.
We called him the quarterback, and what a dime that was.
Well, who wanted it a few moments ago? Arkansas had it, then LSU. Waters comes up with it. And then the dish, to say the least. There's Adriel Bailey. He may have to hit a few of those mid-range J's today.
Yeah, he will. LSU will probably sag off him. He's got to make some shots too, but that's what Jalen Harris does. When he penetrates, you cannot help off your man. Make him be a scorer. Otherwise, he will pick you apart. A brilliant passer, 5 and white.
Do you expect this type of pace throughout?
I think it favors Arkansas a little bit more than LSU. LSU has more depth inside. Now, they can play both ways, but I think Arkansas struggles more when it's a half-court type set. And Tremont Waters just sizing up the big man, and Gafford, get that hand up earlier. I mean, use the fact that you have this huge wingspan, discourage that shot, and just look how quick Waters is with the ball and the look ahead and the dime to Naj Reed, who's now going to step out and drain a 3 to show you his full arsenal.
Hey, he can hit 1 out of 3 from downtown with regularity. And on the other end, the response for Mason Jones, coming off a 31-point night on Wednesday. Step back game for Waters is strong.
There's some talent on the court tonight, huh? I mean, these aren't all, there's a few bad defensive plays, but this has been more about spectacular plays on the offensive end.
LSU has not missed a shot. 6 out of 6. First meeting between these two this year. They'll play twice a year. A season ago, LSU, they clipped Arkansas twice, but as we alluded to, totally different rosters this year for both teams.
But the one thing that is the same is Tremont Waters at point guard, and he dominated the last time they played, and Arkansas has to try to minimize his impact on the game.
There's Cavell Bigby Williams. Rebound to Gafford. How do you minimize Waters' impact?
It's tough. I mean, they're going to put him in a lot of ball screens. You may have to double him some, hard hedge. Just try to make him give the ball up and make others make the individual plays.
Gafford still on the ground on the other end, so Waters pushed. It's going to be LSU ball when we come back. Whoa, a fast pace right out of the gates.
Bud Walton Arena was ice cold last time Florida and Arkansas played. No longer. Jones with the 3, but Naj Reed, the big man, steps out and says, I can do that too.